last video was. I'm doing these on like a continuous loop until it's time for bed, I imagine. But I've got my stopwatch going again now on my phone, so it's back to rigid discipline. Now, what can I do here? That's better. It's going back to the old nothing personal, my dear. The planet's too big for the both of us. Wait, not big enough for the both of us. Not so much the language of diplomacy, more the language of a Western. This planet ain't big enough for the both of us. I don't know who that was. I don't do voices. Apart from my own, I can do my own very well.
Project complete.
Yay! Probably wasn't worth the entirety of my exchequer, but they look very happy there. Despite the fact they have 42 psych, no, 66 psych in total. There's still a bit of contentedness.
Maximum population reached.
Why was it building a children's crash for?
Request confirmation. Production complete. Drone riots.
You? No. Never again.
Request confirmation. Production
See,
complete.
that's what I did. Do you see it there? That's what I did last time. I set a doctor to work to make people happy. And it didn't make people happy, it just shifted the whole thing along. So there's now 2 drones, 1 talent. So if that revolts again, which it probably won't because I'm building a recreation commons. But if it does,
Drone riots. Request confirmation. Drone riots.
yeah, we're facing a we're facing a crisis. I mean, they're so unhappy. Unmodified, it's that, and it's psych, and it's facilities. Facilities? What have I got in there that's making them content? I don't know, the energy bank? But that's not a captured base or anything, that's one of my natural cities, as far as the game's concerned, and it hates me. Everybody hates me. I say, you have to have a good frame of mind to play this game. If you play it and you're feeling a bit down, it doesn't help at all, because everybody hates you, your citizens hate you, everybody on planet hates you, all your other factions hate you. I just want to build utopia. Why won't people love me? Because I'm trying to build a utopia. I know political science. I know it doesn't work. I can see now I can go through the fungus at wicked speed. You see, this is probably why I'm facing a crisis of sorts. It's what the game does to balance it out, I suppose, because building a lot of bases is very good for you. Well, this one isn't going to be very Morganite, but I've realised that it's on top of a hill, so it needs a height-related name. So we're going to go with Upper Ramsbottom. I'd like to thank Wallace and Gromit for that reference there. In fact, it's not getting much in the way of food. Thanks to the satellites I've got going up, it's actually got a veritable abundance. Which I'm then going to use to turn him into a transcend. No, it looks like an empath. Yeah. Who are like doctors, but better. More efficient. I just thought I'm going to get a wave of discontent every time those cities grow by 1. Unless I can get a few more I shift that without a cost?
Request confirmation.
Well worth the energy payments.
Terraform complete. Terraform complete.
Yay! I'll build a tube. Everybody to Carnegie Hall. I need to save some money up to upgrade my troops, because I've got a mixture of tachyon, missile and chaos troops, which is 12 attack, 8 attack and 6 attack respectively. Like going around with musketmen and riflemen at the same time, which I believe you can do, and has been done, but now to add to my ever-growing empire. Reasonable. Yeah, this is getting difficult now. Should be square, Hague, Morgan, Atlas. I've got nothing. I knew this day would come. Yeah, I've started off being nerdy. I'll carry on that way. What is it? It's Shimra Weapons Development. Is it? I went into Mako Energy. Does anybody know Final Fantasy VII here? Until I think of a better name for it, I'll call it what they call it, Shimra Company. We'll call it an industrial conglomerate. So I should mention about those satellites that you sort of put into space and then beam down nutrients and then energy at the moment. Later on I'll get a Nessus mining station, so it'll turn all of my bases, will have a basic mineral nutrients and energy flow, no matter whereabouts they're situated, so you can put them in the most hostile locations. Not that there are hostile locations in this game, because there's no variance in temperature. Once you clear the fungus out of the way, it's the same wherever it is. Oh, look at all the fungus clearing. So for some reason, because I'm being empathetic with planets, it makes it easier for me to clear the fungus. But that's not empathy at all.
Request confirmation.
In fact, if I was planet, I'd be a bit miffed. I'd be using sort of empathy towards you, and a feeling of empathy and sort of being nice and pleasant and no, I know your pain, and then using fungicide on you. It's like saying I know your fame, I know your fame, I know your pain, and then flicking battery acid in your eye. Essentially, it's what it's like. Then again, they did almost conquer a base of mine, I believe, and murder a load of my citizens, so, you know. Missile artillery, that's obsolete. Tachyon invaders, they're good.
Terraform complete.
And like every Civ game, the AI just builds the wrong improvements in all their lands, so you have to go over and fix it for them. Well, it must be the wrong improvements, because I conquered them. So I won economically, and therefore...
The academic
Domitian's private residences shall remain off limits to the genetic inspectors. We possess no retroviral capability, we are not researching retroviral engineering, and we shall not allow this council to violate faction privileges in the name of this ridiculous witch hunt. Fedor Petrov, Vice Provost for University Affairs.
They've got retroviral engineering. Goodness. Iraq does not have, nor has ever had, weapons of mass destruction. Well, the Gene Jack factory, which increases minerals at the cost of drones. Genetic warfare atrocities can be committed by pro-dreams. Very, very nasty tech this is.
Drone riots. Maximum population reached.
Alpha Centauri A blasts unimaginable quantities of energy into space each instant, and virtually every joule of it is wasted entirely. Incomprehensible riches can be ours if we but stretch our arms wide enough to dip from this eternal river of wealth. CEO Nwabuda K. Morgan, the Centauri Monopoly.
There you go, that's how it's explained. Right. Actually, no, I want wealth. Build another one, and then we'll talk. So that in itself has added an extra, I don't know, 30 credit to my empire, and I like the reasoning behind it. There's sort of all these waves coming off of Alpha Centauri A that are just going off into space. So you put a shield up there, like a solar panel, and collect it. It's probably a good way of doing it on Earth as well. If you remember in SimCity 3000, you could build microwave power, which was essentially, I think, where you would send a satellite into space to redirect the beams from the sun into a laser on the ground and concentrate. It's a bit like solar panel plus, sort of concentrate the beams from the rays from the sun, energy from the sun, and transport it down in the form of a powerful beam of some kind. And that's basically what you're doing here.
Production complete. Production complete.
Yeah, I've decided I don't care about food. I'm more
Maximum
than this.
population reached.
There's Hummel. Why are you writing? I haven't done anything with you yet. You're a 2.
Maximum population reached.
That's with the recreation commons. My God.
Production complete. Maximum population reached.
Oh,
Request confirmation.
you're building a recreation commons next turn. Just wait.
Production complete. Drone riots have ended.
Yay. Not tree farm.
Drone riots have ended.
I mean, it'll all be alright in the end, but it will take a few, probably hours worth of investment before all those places are productive and happy. Because productive places are happy places, because they produce all the psych luxuries and makes people happy. I believe my core cities are also affected by extra drones, but that's not noticeable, apart from in this one.
Insufficient energy.
Because there's so much wealth being created that everybody's better off. In fact, that does sound a bit Leninist, doesn't it?
Terraform complete. Terraform
Discontent in the
complete.
core can be bought off from resources extracted from the periphery. Oh my God, is that periphery? An entire continent that just needs a huge amount of investment. Well, that was someone knocking on the door to give him a key back after I lent it to have it cut. But it does seem like a good place to end the video, actually. So I will do so now, and I will see you next time, when, trust me, something interesting might happen.